here.
I think you can. I can move over here. And then, can you get that where it's on all?
Ooh.
Perfect.
Except Todd. Todd.
Can you scooch it over just a little so it gets Todd in it?
Todd's in it.
Well, not his face.
Oh, come on. Here's Todd. Okay.
There we go. All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
You can go for it.
Hey everybody, welcome to Base Jam. I am running sound tonight by myself, so I'm just making sure everything's all right. We got the GoGo sleeps. GoGo
Yes, sir.
sleep.
Yeah, the GoGo sleeps.
GoGo sleeps in the
That's nice.
studio tonight.
Yeah.
Good to have y'all.
It's good to be here. Oh, jeez.
One down.
Hey.
How many jinxes can we get on this episode?
All right, I'm trying to figure out how to get my vocals in without all that white noise. All right, so what have y'all been up to lately? Obviously, forming a new band.
Yeah. Playing about a show a week on the weekends. Anna and I have been playing a bunch. And then just this past Saturday we did the Flow Jam where we all performed together.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, that's over at Sustainable Future Center, South Knoxville. That was the last thing that we did together. Then took a little recovery day on Sunday. And now we're here.
Hell yeah.
How did that happen?
And I guess I'll be playing a show with y'all sometime soon.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 weeks
I'm
out.
super excited about that one.
Playing at the Hollywood Hillbilly.
Oh yeah.
And we could never recreate the last time we all played at Hollywood Hillbilly together. But if we could,
Oh, it would be
that
better.
would be, you're right, yeah. Be better.
That's right, we had Ryan Klattner out there.
Yeah.
I love that dude.
Yeah, that's the
He's
plan.
super
He's
amazing.
he's on deck for this one too.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
sweet.
my gosh.
Same line.
The whole crew.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And the Hollywood Hillbillies is out in Rogersville, right?
Yep. Just about an hour down the road. Hour and 15 or something.
Nice historic Rogersville. I'm having to push this up every time I talk and then take it down every time I stop talking.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
And you're doing it so well.
Yep. I'm a pro. Well, hell, I'm going to get you all to go ahead and play a tune while I try to figure out.
Alright, we're
where
gonna
this
play a
is
tune
going.
called Finding Each Other in the Ether. And you got this. Anything at all.
I'm sure that something is inside
Or
this.
not.
Beautiful. Alright. Shit, this mic's not working now.
That
Yeah, there we go. Sound guy Will's figuring it out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, dude, I really love that. I mean, it's similar to the style that I've heard you do, but you're delving a little deeper into different territory.
Yep.
It's like the restraint is something that I love about it. Because I know personally, like if I'm holding a jam, I get anxious and I always want to build it.
Heard.
Always just want to keep building and building and building, and sometimes that just leaves everybody in the dust, and you're just like keeping it at this level where it's like happy and cool and nice.
Milk bar vibes. So the sound is this intersection. Todd brings a lot of rockabilly aesthetic, and this is kind of, I don't know, maybe like a slightly sleepier version of rockabilly, something like that.
Yeah. It's definitely not rockabilly.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
it's my bad.
Whoa.
It's like, yeah.
Got him.
I'm taking notes from what he's been showing me. So
Nice.
it's kind of my interpretation of some of the styles that he's brought to the table.
And actually, while we're at it, let's go ahead and introduce the band. Who we got here?
Yeah, we got Todd Sparks on the drums. Anna, you got Mike
Hi.
playing the bass guitar, and I'm playing electric. And part of it too is I've been really wanting for a long time to get an opportunity to hone some of my like more improvisational electric guitar stuff. And so I see it as also kind of an opportunity for us to just develop our music. So Anna's been picking up the bass. That's a chance for her to really dive into that, and for me to dive into some electric guitar lead licks, and then for Todd to bring some of his songwriting skills and stuff like that that we haven't really been tapping into before.
Hell yeah. So how many shows have you played so far with this amalgamation?
This is our first public appearance.
I feel like we played shows a bunch together before, just not
Not
Right.
with this, not under this name.
under this.
This
name.
is our first time doing anything under this name together.
Nice.
Other than the recordings we did last night that I sent to you, which is just like us in the living room at that Mojo Mansion.
Hell yeah. And are you still doing any of those Mojo Mansion jams like you were doing for a while?
I haven't in a while, cause I've been like out of town just doing stuff.
Yeah. It's tough to do community organization when you're in the midst of like trying to build your own stuff.
But it was, yeah, we had about a good year of that, and I think that was really good. It did what it was intended to do. And there is one this coming Sunday, it's just around my house, because they started floating it to different people's houses.
Yeah,
That's a
I was
good
like, it
idea.
kind of lives on without you.
Yeah, which is, to me, it seems like a good thing.
And to me, that's, I don't know, I gotta call you out on that and say that's one of the things I admire about what you do is you don't just try to start music, you try to cultivate music within like the greater area. It's not just like, hey, everybody look at me and what I learned how to do on a guitar. It's like, this is fun, everybody join in.
I know. I'm glad it comes across that way.
And that's, yeah. There's, I know quite a few musicians out there who are in it for the wrong reasons, maybe. But, so y'all got that show coming up at Hollywood Hillbillies, and what else you got?
Yeah, so that one is kind of just one of my shows, but we have our first GoGo Sleep show booked for, it's in Augusta, Kentucky, and I don't remember when it is.
I know the
But
date.
it's like a couple months out, maybe?
I have no idea. That's
At
not
the
my.
pub.
That's not my lane. That's
The
your
pub
lane.
in Augusta, Kentucky.
It is
I see it.
October 28th.
There you go, October 28th.
October 28th.
Friday, Saturday, something.
We'll be playing some
Friday, Saturday, Monday, one of those days ends in Y.
In all actuality, I don't know if we have any listeners in Kentucky. but
That's alright.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Feel free at any point to hop on that mic and shoot.
Oh, well, I'm sure they can hear me. We'll be playing some spooky numbers for Halloween. So,
Oh, yeah.
Me and Todd got some stuff in the wicks.
Are y'all gonna dress up?
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Or
we'll definitely be in costume.
we'll let Carter know what he needs to dress up
You
like.
have to, yeah.
Yeah.
That's dressing up for
He
Halloween.
doesn't
shows is
know.
the
Yeah,
best.
they're in
He's
charge of
learning
my
things.
costume.
He's just learning about this right now.
There's something about like just getting up like in full whatever you're dressing up as, getting up on stage.
Full Frankenstein.
Yeah, you just feel like a badass up there. You
Yeah.
feel like you're somebody else and you can like really let loose a little
Absolutely.
Yeah, put your hips into it.
more.
Give it to Elvis.
Yeah. So I'll be playing at Chicken Reel on the 28th.
Heck yeah.
So if you're not in Knoxville, go to Kentucky.
Well,
And if
that's
you're not,
shame.
we're gonna see you.
My favorite bar. Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, and then I've known you, Carter, for a long time. I guess we
Yeah.
played with Third Creek Revival.
Yeah.
Who else?
Feral Mojo, Marcy Pace,
Yeah, Marcy Pace and the Goods.
and my project, Chris Burrell, Red.
That's right, you played with Red for a little bit.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Have you been, you've been working on your own stuff mostly lately, though. You haven't really been hoeing yourself out as much as you have in the past.
Like drummingly?
Yeah.
Well, I'm all about it. 1-800. I need a 1-800 drummer hoe number.
It's 1-800 drummer hoe. If that's you, you have it.
If you need a drummer, you know how to reach me.
I like being a bass hoe. That's how.
Yeah.
That's
I
how
would love to get some more rhythm section gigs with you.
Huh? You know, my schedule has kind of opened up a little bit lately.
Yeah. I guess I've been doing a lot of my own stuff and traveling and just kind of been like, really I feel like I've just kind of been out of the open mic scene or whatever, so maybe not as much on the scene for people to holler at me for drumming, but
Yeah, the open mic
I'm
scene.
still there.
Open mic scene is kind of splintered and going off into different factions. Which
Gotcha.
honestly, I see that as like healthy growth.
Okay.
That's just like people being like, I've got a slightly different idea from an open mic, and you know, they pull themselves up by their bootstraps and they go start their own and with their own flavor.
Yeah.
As long as we keep the love alive.
Yeah, I've been out of the loop for an outlet. Glad to know there's people doing stuff.
I've been out of it for a while too. I go do the Union Jacks one with Chris every now and then, but
Yeah.
that one is it's definitely turned into way more of a jam than
Nice.
singer-songwriter stuff, which
That's pretty cool.
it is what it is. But you know, actually, I saw some singer-songwriters. Do you remember Jordan?
Albright?
Yeah, Jordan Albright. She walked in, French Toast was playing, and I saw her just like look at it and then walk right out. Cause yeah, I don't know. I guess it's the intimidation of a full band versus a singer-songwriter, and that's what I've seen. The main thing that I've seen in the singer-songwriter or the open mic thing is like it's gone to either singer-songwriter or jam,
Huh.
and there's like that's one thing that I would love to unite a little more personally.
I feel like that's what this is you, like uniting singer-songwriter sensibilities with jam music.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I had you on the show recently, Anna.
Yeah.
Are you still writing and creating?
Yep. Still creating and writing, creatively writing.
So, are you more just playing bass in this project, or do you got some singing ones?
Well, the thing is that I picked up this bass like not very long ago, and so I'm like super just learning the bass, and it's terrifying. And can I have some of your fireball?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Right on. Let's go ahead and play some more music for the people. 'Cause I'm digging it. Y'all got happy sound.
Right on, man.
What do you want to do?
Either the banana peel or
Let's do the kill.
okay. Alright, this is our flagship song right here. It's called Banana Peel. One,
And we're back on Base Jam with me, your host, Will Ross, and we are brought to you by Hutch and Howard Realty, Reagan Records and Rarities, and Union Place Bar and Grill. When was the last time you hung out at Union Place?
Well, about 2 weekends ago, I think we had a show there with the Mojo Band.
Oh yeah?
And then about 2 or 3 weekends before that, we had Third Creek Show.
That's right.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, that's one of my favorite spots in town. I gotta hype up my sponsor a little. But they got a lovely patio, man.
You have a lovely patio.
So everybody get your butt on down to Union Place, and they're selling CBD now.
At Union
They're
Place,
branching out.
just right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you know what that means?
What's that mean?
It means it's a green bar.
Ooh.
Also, last time we were there, talking to the folks there, it sounded like they're interested in sort of revamping, updating the vibe of the whole place a little bit.
I super want to talk to them about
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
It
really?
sounded like they, I don't know if we're letting the cat out of the bag, but maybe that's our job.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Something about a little updated vibe, the place and the music, and making it a little more of a music spot. Something like that.
Because yeah, I did there for a while there. They wanted to make it more of a sports bar, less arts and culture,
Yeah.
and so cool. I
So
guess
that's, I don't know, that's just a little passing breeze of the conversation. But I'd like to see that happen.
Are you a sports fan at all, Carter?
Go sports.
Go team.
I love sports ball. What are you talking about?
Sports ball is my favorite.
Sports ball
Sports
is me.
ball. Go USA sports ball. I really enjoy kicking around a soccer ball.
Yeah.
And a lot of times too, if I'm like unwinding and want to watch something to numb my brain, here's the main sports I got. Literally Formula One racing
Huh.
and
Literally.
and watching Lionel Messi play soccer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
watching good soccer players play soccer is pretty impressive. Just the ball control and
Yeah.
it's impressive. I'm a baseball guy myself. If I do watch sports.
Baseball.
Tom's baseball.
Yeah.
What about you, Anna?
I don't care about other people playing sports, but if I'm invited to play a sport with you, I'm gonna win. That's all I have. Like, I want my team to win.
That is a good answer.
She likes to watch them fight.
I don't mind watching the fight, yeah. It's kind of funny, yeah.
Which they've kind of taken that out of a lot of sports. Like even hockey, they've come down on that. For what
Yeah, I know, which is like healthy.
It is healthy.
It's healthy, it's
Sadly.
gross.
Yeah, it is gross.
It's,
Because I remember going
it
to
kills the vibe.
Knoxville Cherokees games when I was a kid, and you were guaranteed at least 4 fights a game. And you know, at that point, it's not a real fight. Like it's just like pro wrestling almost. It's nobody's that angry. all the
Entertainment
time.
crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put on a good show. Those
Yes.
sportsmen.
Like, the football players were tired of, like, having concussions, and hockey players were tired of losing teeth.
Mhm.
And we just have to, we just have to grow and progress. And if that means less of a gauntlet at the sports ball tournament,
Yeah.
that's where we're at.
I still think a good mound charge is worthy. If
Yes.
the pitcher hits the batter, that's worthy.
You know, if you're up big time and you're swinging on the third strike, right, you're gonna get hit with a pitch the next time you're up, and
Yeah.
that's the way baseball works.
Indeed.
Right, so-
Yeah. Well, tell me some stories about your travels, because you've been heading all around. I don't know if people know this, but you took a regular, what do you call it, a conversion van?
It was a cargo van.
Cargo van.
Yeah, like work truck, work van kind of thing.
You just took a hacksaw to it and ripped the back off of it and drew a house on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. And now for a couple of years now, I've had a truck house that has allowed me to go visit some cool faraway places and meet some cool faraway people.
Yeah. Give me one juicy story. What's been did you ever have an experience where you felt threatened or like, ooh, we're in the woods here, like
I just want to talk about that time we somehow managed to find ourselves in a world without fried chicken.
Oh, that was creepy.
We were like,
Hankering for
I
fried
was,
chicken, you
I
couldn't
was
find it?
starving.
Yeah, we were
I
on the
was
way
like
back
past the point of being a nice person.
from Kentucky, and we stopped at a gas station for fuel, and then also wanted to get some fried chicken because that's the right thing to do. And so they had fried chicken. So then went to the next gas station.
She didn't even know what fried
Yeah, I
chicken
walked
was.
in. Yeah.
She said,
Southern
"What's
lady,
fried
Southern
chicken?"
lady, and I was like, "Hey, do you guys have any fried chicken?" She's like, what do you mean?" Like, fried chicken. She's like, "I don't know what that is."
Well, at this point, I get scared.
Yeah.
Like, I entered an
You went through a
alternate
portal,
dimension.
I've been watching chicken
It's a fried chicken list reality because I can't live like this.
Yeah.
Take me home.
So that things got real weird at that time, and then we immediately hot shot it to the next exit and found a
Bojangles.
Bojangles. And
Save
they
my
had
house.
and Anna was over there. She was so far gone that she wouldn't even say she was hungry when she was clearly hungry. That's dangerous times.
I'll say it now. I was hungry.
And so I pulled an audible and I got some fried chicken and it saved the ride. Yeah.
Yep. But that's probably not the most interesting travel story you have.
It's up
It's
there.
just like,
Because there was
as soon as
serious.
he was like, "Is there any interesting thing that happened?" It's like, well, we did travel
Yeah.
to an alternate
was a-
chickenless universe.
There's an exit. It's in Kentucky. And there's an exit where they don't know what fried chicken is. And it's weird, man.
Careful in
Go back.
Kentucky. And you'd think the Colonel was from there.
That's why the Colonel existed. Because he went to that spot and he's like, I'm gonna show these
Like,
people.
this is crazy. We have to fix
We
this.
gotta fix this.
And he fixed it by damn.
Yeah, he did. Well, hell yeah. Another, I'm just like curious about the road life because it's always been a fantasy of mine. I've only
Yeah.
poked at it a few times, but somehow bills and responsibility always take precedent.
Yeah, the logistics is kind of tricky.
Yeah, and that's what I was.
Especially with gas being where it's at.
That's kind of my next question. Is like, what do you all do for? Obviously, you got the lodging taken care of, but where's the good spot to park?
A lot of times, if I don't know somebody whose place I can park at, then after I play a gig, I'll split town, use some of that adrenaline, like post-show energy, knock out a couple hours on the interstate, and then just find a gas station, pull off.
Yeah.
A little podunk town, like, a country gas station, sometimes with the lights off because they're all closed down at night.
Mm.
I can see it from the interstate, pull over, go to sleep.
Nobody's ever really hassled you.
There's been one spot that I've been hassled, that was in Round Rock, Texas. Yes, sir. Besides that, everything's been real cool.
But even when they hassled you, was it just like you gotta move on?
It wasn't quite as cool as that, because there was 3 cops that came and knocked on the door, and then they woke me up and got me out and were asking me a bunch of questions. Were asking me how much meth
Were you
I
in
had.
your
Yeah, no, I didn't think of that. They could think of that as like a meth lab. Because
Well,
I've been
it's just-
watching
I had
Breaking Bad
Tennessee.
lately, and yeah.
I think it's just because I had Tennessee license plate, and they were,
I just feel like they pulled you out in your whitey tighties. Did they?
I think I threw on some pants
That's good.
over the whitey tighties.
That's
Yeah.
good.
And then it was like cold, and a lot of times I like to stretch in the mornings, and they were like trying to hassle me and asked if they could search everything. I was just like, no. They're like, okay, well, we're gonna get a drug dog. It's like, okay, sure. And then for the next 20 minutes while I was waiting, I was like, okay, well, can I just go through my morning routine of stretching? First they were like, yeah. And then they were like, oh, we're afraid you're gonna run. And so then they put me in handcuffs until the dog got there. And they ran the dog around it, and they were like, he didn't smell anything. I was like, yeah. They're like, okay, you're free to go. Like, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time, officer.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, I guess you could see that giant house on a van as like a traveling meth lab, maybe if you're a police officer.
Who knows? Yeah. But yeah, that's the only
I
time.
mean, it's pretty suspicious. If you're gonna like do a traveling meth lab, wouldn't you be like a little less like, hey, look at this. Here's my Instagram tag.
Well, from what I understand, people on meth don't really think so clearly.
I guess, yeah.
Well, hell yeah. You got any big adventures planned for just like no gig getting out there adventures?
Not really. Probably gonna head back to the farm for a little while in a couple weeks, and that's in Middle Tennessee, and that's its own adventure.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit of a ton of work over there.
And the flatlands.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rabbit hole.
Well, right on. Let's play some more music, man. What y'all got?
Let's do Red Wine.
Hey, Will. glad. I'm happy about it.
All right, Anna, you played some killer bass on that one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was fantastic. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, wow, I'm really shredding that bass right now. Wow.
Well, I appreciate the bass pass. It is bass jam after all. And that's normally the goal was to play with everybody, but I realize it doesn't necessarily work with all bands. Some bands have established bass players already.
I'm a super established bass player, so stay in your lane.
Stay I'll stay in my lane. And then there's some people I've had on here where it's just like, God damn, that's a lot of work. I think Zach Miles was probably the most work. To where I was just like, I can't make this sound bad. This has to be awesome. But yeah. So I gotta ask y'all a non-music question.
Okay.
Supernatural experiences. I don't know why, I've just been curious about these lately.
Alright.
And I feel like you don't get a lot of people who've had them, but I, in my unique position, have a chance to ask somebody at least once a week if they have one.
Cool.
I've had one.
You've had a supernatural experience?
Oh yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you bring that mic in and tell us?
Yeah, tell me all about it, Tom.
Let's okay. This isn't fun to talk about, but once upon a time, we were playing with a Ouija board, me and my friend, and we contacted this thing, and we did it for like 6-7 months. Kept talking to the same thing. I won't say its name because I figure it gives its power, but it would cycle the board, and you'd hear like footsteps down the hall and banging on the walls, right? And there'd be nothing there. And it took a while to convince everybody that there was nothing there, but ultimately, since we couldn't get a hold of a real priest, we called the Methodist and
That's just funny that you called them Methodist. You're
called
Catholic. Methodist will do, I guess.
we had them come out and they blessed the place, and all the walking around and banging on the walls just stopped. Imagine that. So it was not pleasant though. It went on for months.
Nice. Dang. What about you, Anna? Anything crazy? Any spooks in
I've
your
had
life?
a couple of spooky experiences. One would definitely be the childhood Ouija board experience, which, like, if you haven't had a childhood Ouija board experience, you are a blessed individual. You may just go on with your life never knowing how terrifying that is.
And remember, they sell those at Toys R Us.
And they sell them at Toys R Us. So like me and my other 11-year-old girlfriends are just sitting here like conjuring demons. Like, oh, like who the fuck? And parents are cool with it. So anyways, but yeah.
Y'all safe back there? Y'all having a good time playing?
Y'all be sure to go to sleep. We got church in the morning.
We just summoned the dark one.
Right? But yeah, so I had some weird experiences of like lights flickering and like stuff just like fleeing off the counters and stuff like that. And only around this one particular friend in her house. It's like, so as an adult, I went back to her house and I was like scared to walk alone in her house as an adult. I was like, no, I'm gonna need a buddy system on this adventure to the potty. I'm gonna need a buddy. Like, I'm not going by myself. But I've also had like supernatural experiences that weren't negative, that weren't like scary, that were like beautiful, mystical, spiritual experiences, right?
I'm intrigued. Can you give an example?
Okay, so I have looked into like lots of different religions and stuff. And at this one point in my life, I was like basically practicing Catholicism in like a mystical sense. So I was like doing all the little prayers and all the little like stuff, but they definitely wouldn't let me drink wine and eat crackers with them. You know, like I wasn't good enough for that.
It takes a lot to join the club,
Yeah.
from what I've heard.
It takes a lot. So, I was doing the Mary prayer, You know,
Mm.
what is it called? It's got a name. I should know it.
This happened to
Anyways.
be the
I have heard it.
Hail Mary.
Yeah, I've heard it before.
Yeah, it is that. And I would do those all the time because I really like the vibe of it. And I was doing it with another woman, and both of our hands smelled like roses when we were done. Like, smelled super a lot, exactly like roses. We just got done making salmon. Our hands should have smelled like dirty fish butt, and they smelled like roses, which was really cool.
That's
But other
pretty
than
cool.
that, just like cool synchronicities, like meeting people that just align with what you're doing naturally. Like, I don't know, that happens all the time.
Agreed. What about you, Carter? Any spooky stories?
Yeah. And it's, of course, like anything, you know, it's kind of hard to put it on words. And for me, it's less of like ghost story type stuff and more of, like, what I've been saying in conversation is I feel like I've been leaning into the trippiness of life. And the more I lean into it, the more it supports me. So, like, one of the things that's shifted for me is I feel like these days I kind of see every day as its own, like, completely unique experience. And the things that I do in that day, like, forever shift the landscape of the future.
Ooh.
And I've just been experiencing that, like, really strongly the more I started to notice it. And just the way that, like, the four of us sitting in this room together and everything that we do and say changes what is possible tomorrow. And then also, yeah, with the synchronicities and, like, telepathy and just a whole bunch of little things, like what's on your screen,
And like the eternal
Okay.
nowness.
the connectedness of all the things, and then it's sort of like the intersection of like quantum physics and like woo spiritual stuff.
Mm. No, and I think there's a lot to the woo-woo stuff. Like, it's just, honestly, it's just a way of explaining things we can't explain.
Yeah, woo-woo is when science doesn't have the answer yet,
And religion doesn't quite
and
either.
religion doesn't, because science and religion seem to be really similar these days. You know? Just saying. Like, equally dogmatic.
No, but I find it interesting you bring that up, because I feel like I swerve in and out of that awareness, and I feel like I've been dipping away from that awareness lately.
Right.
And like, if you embrace that awareness, you realize that your life does have purpose, and you're like, wow, just me like going to the gas station in the morning and having a conversation with the guy at the counter is gonna change the world.
Yeah.
Like, just little things like that, and I don't know, hosting a podcast up in the Sunsphere. Why not? It'll change the world.
I think another part of it too is like paying attention to energy cycles, like within myself, within my community, and also within the planet and the solar system and that kind of thing. And like not really approaching it from like a mysticism kind of way, but again just from like it's just the way it is. Like everything's got energy and it interacts in all these different cycles, and being aware of it is useful. So, and then also with like being able to set out intentions and then watch as they like assemble themselves.
Yeah. And it also takes, like, it kind of brings awareness to the responsibility that you have in your
Oh, yeah.
lives. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and your thoughts
And yeah, just
Yeah,
your
it's
thoughts.
just your
and
thoughts
your
alone.
words and your tones.
Because you could, like, spin the whole world off into World War III if you just, like, you know, thinking negative, not necessarily.
I've
Isn't
never
that what
tried
we're
that.
all doing collectively? Like at some level,
Or you can
or
fight
not.
against it.
Right, or not.
Yeah, and think happy thoughts and do happy things and make happy people and yeah.
Yeah,
Be
and
part
a
of
lot of
the-
people.
Revolution.
Yeah, a lot of people have been really stressed out over the last few years. But I don't know, there's been a lot of really good things that have happened in that time. And I don't feel like I'm stressed out. And I've been finding a lot of things to not stress out about and to be grateful for, and a lot of pieces of my life have really been growing and coming together in this time. So.
Yeah. And that's, I feel like you and I both kind of like staked our claim in our careers in music during the COVID season.
During that winter.
Yeah.
That winter that we were playing at bars that there was like nobody at, basically.
Yeah.
And then it was like when that spring came and everybody was getting out, and it was like, well, we're the people that are here doing
Yeah.
it.
That
Weird.
seems like an excellent time to practice, though.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
you
right.
got
Well,
some
no, and that's
super
what
great
happened.
practice.
Like all the established guys were like, "Cool, we'll take a break. We'll go home and practice."
Yeah.
And then me and Carter went out there and
Like gigs.
It's like, we're gonna practice too.
swam around in COVID and played gigs.
Oh, wonderful.
That's what I'm sure some people listening now are just like
Are
"They're so
offended. They're so
irresponsible."
offended right now. Sorry, guys.
Well, don't forget to live.
That's not while you're alive. Best done while living.
Yeah.
We had to make hay while the sun shined, and we did
How do you do what now?
make hay while the sun shines.
yes.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm gonna get y'all to play another tune here because I'm digging your music, and I'm liking the lighting in here right now.
Yeah.
I'm liking the lighting in here a lot. It's feeling very romantic.
Yeah, I know. It feels
Like,
I'm about to get
intimate
laid.
as fuck with you guys right now. Like, love y'all.
We're being lit by the city lights lighting us through the windows.
It's a great
Oh my
view of the
gosh.
bridge.
Keep going, guys.
Alright, sing that. Hey, so we can do Lie to Me.
Okay.
Willie, you wanna hold the bass?
Sure, I can do that.
Here you go, Will.
Key of D.
You do that Elvis thing too. Elvis. in the sun sphere now. Yeah.
And it won't be the last. Hell yeah. So once again, let's let people know where your next shows are.
Well, right now we've got the one GoGo
At least the
Fruit
next
Show,
one.
which is in Augusta, Kentucky on, was it October 28th?
Yeah, that's our next confirmed gig. But you could just watch any old dive bar around the corner, and we might just show up there.
You done any gigs at the Corn Pone lately?
You?
No.
Is that a joke?
It's
It's
just
the corn pone.
the Corn Pone Tavern. It's a bar on Clinton Highway.
The place I played my first professional gig in my whole life.
Aw.
Yeah. No, and I remember Carter dragging me out to this place. I'm like, where are we playing? But I love this shit. Michael Cover got accosted by a bunch of bikers.
I feel like everywhere I go with Carter, I'm like, where the fuck are you taking me around?
Yeah.
But I play it cool. He doesn't even know that I feel like that. This is like news to him.
She plays it real cool.
I remember seeing like the strangest couple I've ever seen. It was like this 6-year-old biker man and this 18-year-old beautiful woman, and I was like, it's not fair. But either way, they looked like they were having a good time.
There you
I remember when I was 18.
Did you date?
Absolutely
50-year-old
not.
bikers?
But also, like, I just know that, like, that's a very young woman.
Yeah.
That's a very young woman.
But
That's a
gather-
teenager, sir.
from what I gather, the Corn Pone is where people go before they go to the strip club.
Oh, perfect.
go. Pre-game.
It's the pregame before the strip
The
club.
Because
corn
it's like
pone.
right across the street.
The corn pone, and they love that
The
name.
Corn
Corn
Pone
pone.
Tavern.
Oh, yeah.
Corn pone. That sounds like a place to get. I don't know.
I know what you're about to say.
Like brothel vibes, hard brothel vibes coming off the corn pone.
There were vibes. I could have dove deeper into the network of the Corn Pone.
Don't.
Yeah.
Just
But what you did is
mercy.
you didn't.
Have mercy, Will. Have some mercy on the people.
No, but we had some good shows there, and that's what I remember. And one things I love about playing gigs like that is you're playing to people you don't normally hang out with.
Mhm.
You're playing to people whose sensibilities you don't necessarily agree with, or like, not even disagree with, but you're just not familiar with. And you still gotta entertain their asses.
Yeah.
And you know what?
That's a challenge.
We did.
Yeah. Yeah.
We made them some happy folks that night.
Yeah, I think they were used to like, hard rock, southern rock. That was kind of the mainline vibe, I think, and we were bringing in some like folky stuff.
Yeah, Delta Blues and folk. Yeah. Some John Prine and. But see, yeah, we were straddling the line of what they could tolerate.
Yep. Okay.
But we made it happy.
They had us back like 2 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that to me like is one of the biggest accomplishments in music. It's trying to sell music to people you don't understand and be like, we have this thing, it's pretty cool, you should check it out.
You might not get it, but
Yeah.
there's something to it.
Yeah. And then when they see that and they're like, all right, that's pretty cool.
I never thought about it like that, cause I'm not like trying to make anybody understand anything. Or,
Yeah.
do you get what I'm saying? It's like if you don't get it, that's fine.
Right.
Peace out. Change the station.
That's
I don't
maybe
know.
I don't know. Like I've noticed, like earlier on in my music career, I wanted to just like take what I loved and spread it out to the world. But now I've kind of like bended a little bit to the crowd's will, I guess, and it's more about like just making them happy. Like if they want to
Yeah.
hear, what's that song? Tennessee Whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And if it's gonna make them dance and have a good time, sure.
Well, see, cause I guess what I'm saying isn't like I'm not trying to be like fuck you, go find something else to listen to at all. At
No,
all.
but I feel like you do need a little bit of that.
But a little bit of that, and a little bit of like, I want to make you so happy, and I hope I can, and if I can't, bye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's something out there that'll make you happy if it ain't me. Like,
Yeah, there's a certain point where you're like, I put a lot of work into this. If you don't dig it, then fuck off.
right, yeah, exactly. I'm actually super vulnerable right now, so like, just pretend you like it for a minute.
Hell yeah. Well, we are about out of time, y'all. Thanks for being in here. Actually, we're totally out of time.
Thanks for having us on, man.
But if y'all want to play us out with one more, that'd be cool. You got another one in you?
Yeah.
We could do Unsinkable Sam, and
Yeah.
I could just, whatever you guys play, I could just sing these lyrics I have over it.
Hell yeah. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We're probably gonna tune out and see what we're doing next to.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Good work, y'all. God, I wish I could hear the mix like in another room.
Yeah.
Cause that was the tough part. I was trying to figure out like, does it sound good on the air? Or does it just sound good
It
in
sounded
here?
good. It's cool.
I think it sounded.
We got the song edited up. Bismarck Kitty.